Team Fnatic!
From consistent finalists to winners in waiting perhaps, here to end their finals curse and lift their very first trophy, Team Heretics!
And it all starts on Lotus. Fnatic's pick. They come in here historically as favorites, but between these two, for Team Heretics, a chance to correct the history books and how they've been written so far. Fnatic on defense. A quick start for Heretics as they group up towards this A site. No control behind. Not playing with that Sentinel. They need to be a bit more direct when they set up these plays. And Miniboo, that's exactly what he goes for. But a quick shot from Chronicle puts the numbers in Fnatic's favor.
And they need to trade this one out. Crash is looking to upgrade, but it's critical already! We've spoken about this man as a potential MVP, and he looked to try and ace the pistol, but he'll be shut down. Now Wu, looking to try and match him on the 4K. He's taken a lot of damage, however, and his reposition is being watched, Mitch.
Oh, they've come back together, and it's the Sheriff. Only the one body shot needed to close that out.
How quickly those players will trigger that utility, and if maybe there's a cheeky play to be had, because that's what worked for them with this more aggressive initiator comp. It was disrespecting that double controller.
Well, this wouldn't be the round to follow up on it. You typically want to play that bit slower, but with an off-in play for Kayak, there's danger lurking. That danger's on the C site, though, leaving Crashies to Heretics' chances indeed. And, you know, seeing that operator in play, if they can manage to crumble a site, there's a good chance for an early save call out of Fnatic.
Oh, that's not pretty.
I'm out of here.
Alpha up against a fellow countryman, but not a teammate. You can kind of expect slightly more risks being taken in this round for the defensive side with the low buy, but the remaining weaponry I don't think is going to be thrown into the wind. The Guardian can go. Boaster can try and make this one interesting, but the operator alongside that Phantom are likely just to be kept.
The time for spamming very much over. 11 bullets left, nothing to reload back into that rifle, and that op not given away. I don't think it's fired a single shot. Heretics might not know that it's in play, but certainly could suspect it. The steps heard here. Miniboo knows there's a player on the other side of this wall. They're shoulder to shoulder, and it's Miniboo to topple Crashies. Good space now for that B split if they want to go for it. The rest of the players shifting into position, but they weren't outside the gates. He's alone for now, and Alpha takes advantage of that isolation.
Yeah, this time winning that battle. That was the toppling domino of the previous round that ended up forcing a save. Instead, winning that fight. But the time is against Heretics here. 30 seconds left as they look to split in towards the site. Smoke will be coming down. Kayak will try and hit the timing shot, but nothing found. Post plant looking likely, but the nade could make things awkward. It's going to force a reposition.
Time is low, but not low enough with Fnatic not being able to push them off that plan. Question is, do Heretics keep pushing, keep taking space? And they do. It was into the op for a moment, but once the stun fades, once it subsides, they give that space right back up. Boaster grabbing himself one alongside Chronicle. They can now press through that door and really put the pressure on from almost every side. The thing is, Heretics have found the one angle that was open. Benji gets taken out by the op, but Riyadh standing strong. They've got a firing squad set up, and it's Woot left to do the damage. Kayak can take him down. 12 HP left. The defuse tapped, and Kayak drawing him into a fight, but it's Woot firing right right back to equalize.
Oh, the Turkish duo.
Heretics now, the lead is theirs. The economy of Fnatic still under threat if they lose this one. Boo's been drawing their eye consistently towards this angle. He's been spotted now, but Crashies wins that. He got pushed out by the door. He was isolated. And that one duel gives them all the space and info
now
they
you
need.
see the rotation. That's exactly what I was talking about. They're able to get back into that B site a little earlier, and now they're waiting for these plays. The thing they struggled with in the last round, Fnatic have immediately adapted to. And now you look at the difference. Last time they ran into a site, wiped out the two players and had a plant. This time they get caught on B. They're being flanked on as well. We got there in the end, Crashies. You know, first few rounds, we'll forgive you. And well, a flawless round for Fnatic. That shows the difference. A Boo staying alive.
And especially with it being Killjoy and Viper you're pushing into on C.
Where are you?
Ready and waiting. It's an uphill battle. Team Heretics, 3-3. The numbers even. Fnatic building up that little bit of extra credit economy. Mini right on them. And even with the stun, Crashies is good for one. Immediate play by Boaster to grab it and get out. Even though he gets hit by the stun,
that's okay.
He's able to make it to safety.
Yeah, if anything, it's helped him around the corner a little bit. Fnatic happy to take playing these crossfires. The Viper screen will fall, and that will be Fnatic's cue to go. Already, Benji lands that first shot. It's evened up. He's bounced away by Kayak, but that time is ticking. And they don't have enough. That's crazy. They clear out every single player, but it just took them too long.
They clear them out so fast as well. Just too much posturing. It's a strange one, and Heretics have to feel like they were gifted that. Now coming into this round with quite a bit to work with in terms of those ults. I guess their economy being tamed a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, nice opening though. That smoke, they were already ahead of it.
Yeah, Alpha, you're trying to get a little bit spicy with it, has been punished. I think you saw the real value in that round of that Viper screen, but more so just the ruse it sold outside the site. Fnatic took so long clearing to see if there was anybody back towards rubble, and they just ran out of time. Mini Boot, he's going to try and challenge. He's going to slide in on Boaster. Oh, well, already a two-man advantage. He'd probably like to just dissipate here. Instead, he's forced into a fight, and the rest of the team coming to face for Crashies! But he has managed to come out with three. A one-man army, and eventually Kayak brings the cavalry.
For Team Heretics, well, leaving them without much to fall back on in this. And more importantly, Kayak, showstopper available, players outside his site. This will be a split on the B side. This will be the showstopper put in early. Mini Boo takes no space. Paranoia from Boaster is perfect. And the nade to slow some more. The advantage building for the side of Fnatic. And it's all thanks to Kayak. Unbelievable defense on that side. Heretics, they tried to put the pressure on, but they were the ones to crumble.
Yeah, they're looking for gaps elsewhere. They're hoping that maybe this has left additional space, but it wasn't like that was a B stack. It wasn't like they had the whole team there. It was just once again one of the individuals. And then the combination of that Viper screen, just allowing those isolated fights for Kayak. Wu is all that remains, and while he tries for two, ends up with 0. It is now 6 already on that defensive side. And I am not surprised he's smiling. Mentioned if Heretics were going to compete in this map #1, I felt like they needed to win the first half. They'd be lucky to be close.
And a gap of 2, a pistol and follow-up, and that'll only put them even. This has gone from a daunting task to perhaps an impossible one. This is what made the difference against Gen G, that TP from Boo, but it doesn't change anything. This time, he's shut down. Mini Boo follows his brother to death, and Benji Fishy trying desperately to hold that mantle high, but he is put to bed. 8-4 at the halftime. Fnatic have found their form, and for Team Heretics, I mean, there's quite a bit of hope there. But 6 out of the last 7 have been losses. And even the victory was an OT against KC. But for Fnatic, if they come in on form, it could be a different story. Heretics, the mood looked low on that side of the stage coming out of that first half.
Toxins going up.
Let's see if they can find something to bring morale up. It looks like a decent read already. You can see this rotation towards the left side of the map. And a B push coming through. Chronicle could be in danger on the rotate back.
Yeah, the problem is you kind of have to be aggressive with this composition, and something Fnatic are masters of is holding that ground. Chronicle is going to spot the push, but already having info of another around that area means that they can continue to pressure in towards this C site. Yesterday versus Gen G, it was 5 out of 6 pistols for Heretics, and they just about managed to get through that series. Right now, they are struggling. Kayak with his 3rd kill of the round already. And Riyadh's wounded, battered and bruised, but he will still take the fight versus Alpha.
Riyadh's, yeah, like you said, very, very low indeed. And once they know where he's coming from, it's over and done with.
You could see how ready Fnatic were for it. They were watching. They were keeping an eye on that match, and again, it brings the value of their staff. Aggressive push coming in, but Alfia comfortable in his hold. The Outlaw finds him too. Mine now falls into Boaster's hands. He pulled out the operator at the end of the last half and was connecting, but realistically, there's only 2 players to be found. One of them, Woot, only has a classic.
And the other one's on the other side of the map. Getting anything here would be impressive for Woot. We start to play a game of narrow margins if we're talking about damage to the economy. And bringing this one back when Fnatic are on the cusp of double digits. Oh. Well, Woot is okay, winning. He gets wallbanged down to 7 HP by the Outlaw, has a classic in a corner, and still walks away with 1. Impressive indeed.
Hey, 1 more would be nice. 1 more kill, and this is costly. Yes! Riyadh has found 2! Somehow has made this interesting. It should have been a done deal already. He doesn't expect the position of Crashies, but has started to make that realization. There's so many angles to check that he can't quite find the last one, but wowee. It was dropping weapons was the goal of the round. He's definitely done that.
Gets any danger and discards it completely. The plant not for him, and that's what wins it. Now in another fight, okay, Benji Fishy, he's been good on this angle. Did the same on the attack side when the shoe was on the other foot. It's a valuable pick with Kayak down. That's the guy that would be diving on you.
The problem is he doesn't have that same Sentinel support. So they're going to put the pressure on, and then they deal with him very easily. They also lost the aggression of Bill on the other side. Miniboo's going to try and make a play through. It's solid, but he doesn't find the frags. And now Woot is all that remains. Fnatic looking set to absolutely dominate this first map, and the hero of Woot from yesterday, the #1 in ACS this tournament, may just have to scurry away to live to fight another day. He's hearing the doors open. Damage would be nice, but the reality of the situation is him having a hero rifle for the next round holds far more value than doing damage in this one.
Still, where is he going to go to save this? As we can see, he has nowhere to go safely. The A site would be at least a solace for a moment, but they would have caught up with him eventually. The net was spread thin, and they were clearing the map.
And already it is a straight dump of utility and ultimates to take over that C site. Benji's had no choice but to fall all the way back. Even still, he'll take a bit of a tag. They're now going to immediately re-pressure for that control.
The stuns dodged by Kayak. The space now going to be contained with this lockdown put into play. It needs to be an aggressive play. It needs to be quick from Team Heretics to get through this choke point to break that lockdown, and they're being spammed out. 3 seconds left. Fu tries to round, but Chronicle's watching, and the lockdown comes into play with 2 detained. This round should be done. There's only one man who can really stop them from retaking the space, and he's already dealt with. Time ticking away as Riyadh's finally let go from his prison, but they're about to be set free from the map as Fnatic claim this one dominantly. A 13-4. What a start to the grand finals.
This is a squad that we know are known.
And realistically as well, when we talk about the successes of Heretics, the failures of Fnatic on this map. It's worth mentioning, at least in my mind, this should be the map that Fnatic prepared for the least.
Solo duelist, Woot's impact a lot of the time on this map is a bit more diminished, and you are the focal point of so many moments. And well, after spotting players up mid, they're going to try and fight forward directly in towards this B site. Fnatic, they've already rotated.
Chronicle in position with Alpha. The numbers flooding in, the eyes on Crashies, but round the side they go. Crashies even gets one with the shock dart. Heretics are crumbling here in the pistol round till Riyadh steps up to the plate. He's got 4, and he could knock this one out of the park. It's a shot to bolster needed, and it connects, but not for enough damage. 20 HP away from an ace. Both pistol rounds have been pretty much the same.
What is terrifying, as I said, yesterday they won 5 out of 6 pistols versus Gen G. Right now they're 0-3. They're not getting those early boosts to rounds, but they're going to try and break back immediately. A pacey start for Miniboo, but he's being shot in the back. Just doesn't have the support to play with. Riyadh, by the way, has already got that Hunter's Fury, but even while throwing that in alongside a Miniboo push, they have found themselves in a deficit.
Team Heretics are walking into a mostly open B site. They've gotten rid of the trap, gotten rid of the cam in a moment, but the rotates are coming in from Fnatic already.
Yeah, 40 seconds. If they are to make a move back, it would have to be off Boo, and he's already managed to catch one. They're going to try and pressure him, but saying he's holding his ground, but Kayak still picks him off, even with 6 HP. Chronicle also finds Benji. This is looking like another bonus round that might just be going the way of Fnatic, and all that stands in their way is Riyadh, and this time, he can't even make it too costly. Fnatic off to another hot start. 3-0 on the one map within the pool that you would put. With Icebox up next, I think we all know what is coming.
Revealing area.
But this round at least is going to be a lower purchase. Couple of SMGs, couple of pistols. If they could break back here, it would be huge, but the likelihood is slim.
Alpha taking a risk. That's been what we've seen from Fnatic, but they haven't been punished most of the time. This looked like the time they would, but no, Kayak's got them all! It just keeps on going in favor of Fnatic, and Heretics looking like they didn't even show up to the stage today.
2024 Ascension winner moves to Fnatic. They win a domestic, they get to a final, and now he's styling. Breaking the back of Heretics. Sure, it is a low buy round, but that's one of the cleanest aces you will ever see. No surprise, Kayak's got his ultimate. That's so much information as well. 3 players, 4 players spotted. Alpha's gonna go walking elsewhere, and even with Benji Fishy waiting, it will be 4. They don't check the angle, but luckily Riyadh is there. They managed to take an advantage. They managed to stem the bleeding. While Kayak's confidence should be the death of him and will.
They cannot lose this one. 4-0 start for Fnatic on the map that Heretics are favored on. The only map in this BO5 that will confidently say they should win. And now a 2v4. It's teed up. The flash is good, and maybe the only reason that doesn't go to Alpha here. With Chronicle left alone, a man that you have to respect in the clutches, but who might just call it quits. A 1v4 is too much to ask, but damage here would be valuable. Playing for the exits, but Riyadh gets ahead of the curve. 4-1, Heretics are finally on the board.
Even look at the way Kayak played. He was disrespecting his opponents, and at least now might have to respect them just a bit. Already, Alfia's aggression punished once again. It's a solid Hunter's Fury. That has done so much damage.
From here, Kayak in the corner will just get out. He's made the right call. Like you said, Fnatic back in the box. Playing that respectful play again. If it was a round before, he'd be swinging wide, looking for a pick. Spams through a little early.
Shock dart.
Shock dart, a little deep. Heretics are avoiding some of those early pitfalls, but they look to push. They're going into the spawn. There's 3 players. Fnatic are waiting for it. They're beckoning them in. Crashy's already with 2 under his belt. Triples up. The drone going through, but a player caught in the corner. It's Boaster still winning that fight through the wall. 1 round for Heretics off the hubris of Fnatic, but that has faded.
But just look how fast behind them the 2 duelists of Fnatic are already encroaching on their backline. It's been spotted at least. Miniboo's going to join his brother, try and help out, but the shots just aren't hitting. Eventually he will get one. And now the steel gun has gone in, but this ultimate from Alfia still becomes a point of damage. He can keep using this, clearing these back angles. Another comes up for Boaster. He's running. He was reloading it, but even still has found the kill. And they take their guns away from a moment, but it makes no difference at all. When they get to these moments, it looks different.
This is it, out of the pause. The mid push was the call. 4 players sent that way, only 3 remain. An immediate shutdown as the split through market is undeniable. And the B side under threat, double trips, waiting for that full dive, waiting to catch that Neon. But with Chronicle down, those trips go alongside him. Alpha standing alone, and he falls just the same. 3 versus 3, as the spike can now be planted. But a deep drone used first to grab that extra intel.
Oh, an aggressive Hunter's Fury. Oh, he's almost hit Boo, but that's about it. Trying to find at least a little bit of information, even if it wasn't the kill. 2 players coming around the corner. Boaster has already made it in, and now all that remains is Boo, but he's done well, but not well enough. It's close, but no cigar. It is another on the board. 8 rounds already for the defensive side of Fnatic. Definitely have to repeat it, but can they at least give themselves some wiggle room? These last couple of rounds can help them if you believe in curses. And look at this sprint through already. It is so damning!
Extra info off the Hunter's Fury, and 1 man left alive. Chronicle seeing him with the hat off his head. This team Heretics have only Rien's. All hope resting on his shoulders for this half to be even slightly recovered, and Chronicle the one to put him to bed. 10-1. This is looking worse than the map we came in saying Fnatic were favored on, than their first pick.
They want to get off on the front foot. Well, it seems like right now, Heretics need to win Icebox just to survive in this series. They are getting slaughtered. These rounds are barely lasting more than 20 seconds, and it just isn't stopping. Kayak with another triple to add to his collection. It will join the ace he got earlier in this game. And while Boo now stands between them and the second most damning half even possible. He's at least got 1 for free. Crashies a little bit lost in the source, but look at the spike. They're even blocking it ready in case he tries to TP. Fnatic are so far ahead, even just in the mental game.
Shadows traveling.
He's not even going for the TP, at least not yet. Now they've spread the flash through the smoke. That's what he's waiting for. That's his chance. An angle around that smoke. Chronicle down, but the spam from Kayak is too good. This guy is too good. At all stages, all levels of the game.
Gotta go.
This won't cement it, but it will certainly set up a near impossible task if they win this map. Now Team Heretics, they've lost the opening, and that's not pretty. None of the shots bar 1 or 2 land. Maybe we rely on Rian's acing this one.
Don't know what you can rely on other than that. I think he got more kills in that round than some of his teammates have in this map.
10 seconds left.
It is a bleak outlook, but one that they have to try and dig deep and find something, but all they found is a bullet to Rien's, and now another hero is needed. Benji Fishy at least gets one, but a 1v5 ace to take their first pistol. Let's just say I'm not a believer. He's going to fall to the force and might of Fnatic. A 12-1 domination. If you're a Heretics fan, you better start praying.
All prayers to Leo Faria for this one. Oh, it's dominant, but of course they only have the pistols, but it is a force buy up. They put the shields in. They tried to give themselves a chance to swing back at their opponents.
It's a ruse.
And indeed, the TP out. Heretics will soon connect the pieces of the puzzle. Boo, he doesn't know whether to stay or whether to go. As they're about to round the corner, this Sheriff needs to do so much, and it gets almost nothing. Fnatic, 3 versus 2, a rifle for Mini Boo, a stinger for Woot, and all hope now rests on their shoulders.
Normally they'd be the players you'd want. Mini Boo has no idea. Woot, #1 coming in, but there is nothing he could do but stand between the might of Fnatic. They have walked into their opponent's ground, and they have left it desolate and bare. Why they are a team that has international titles. They're proving why they're the roster that got the back-to-back.
With any comp, almost any team will struggle to match Fnatic on this map. Starting out, Mini Boo's being caught on the Omen.
I wanted to mention that a focal point of their Icebox when they managed to beat out RRQ was him dropping 30 kills over on that Omen. Thus far in this series, Heretics have won 0 of the 4 pistols on offer. It's not the greatest of starts in this one. Alfier already being spotted, but can afford to fall back. Also taking a lot of damage, even just from the orb. It makes these kills so much easier for the likes of Kayak, who hasn't needed any help throughout this series so far.
Damage done, snakebite in, Woot gets tagged on the way out. The decay almost drops him. Kayak on his 3rd of the round. Shock Dart kill! And Kayak closing another 4K in a pistol round. It was Chronicle in map #1. It's Kayak in map #2, and they won't back down just yet, and nor will Heretics. Every time they've been running into a brick wall. Nice opening by Kayak. 2 players there, he still gets one. And the rest of the squad armed to the teeth. Wall up, and so is Chronicle. He was on top, drops down, and there's a gap for him to take the kill. That's usually where you end up seeing the Sage fall. As soon as they're knocked off that wall, caught in a free fall.
They're sending the drone through on the other side of the map as well. That's the moment that Fnatic realize they have all the information. Will start sprinting their way into support.
They're too slow.
20 seconds. Nice shot from Boo at least. That's the opener that they needed. Even still, they're going to have to just tank that utility. Will at least be able to fall back, but they've taken a bit of damage. The shock dart with a little bit of extra chip. And Crashes has just found 2 for it. I think one of them left vulnerable. It leaves only one man standing, but Boo is still fighting forward, giving it his best, not wanting to give this up. Chronicle's gone walking across. I think he's seen the ponytail, that little bit of extra information, and a crucial round grabbed with both hands by Boo.
Take flight.
It's clearing all of this space. It's seen the turret now. They know that they'll be spotted if they go deep. And on the A side, as they hear Team Heretics put their own drone through, they know that they've got players in position. The snakebite already playing a big role with the shock darts. And this time both players are close by to deny the plant, but it's the Hunter's Fury that's
Not again.
through, and it's already finding one. Mini Boo gone. Woot out of the round. And it's a 5v3 before Heretics even see an opponent.
So much impact already. And while for the Heretics, they're yet to even get the spike down. They're worried that the second they tap it, someone's going to try and make a move, and they look to get ahead of it. Fnatic are giving them nothing, though. Controlled in their protocols, as now the retake begins.
Same backside fight.
Right here.
It's worked out for Heretics
Right here.
before, but we saw Crashies with a big punish on it as well. They'll leave Benji Fishy to go that little bit deeper. Boaster's watching for it. Off shot lands. Then in comes the pack. Swinging off Boaster's contact. And Boo doesn't stand a chance. Some damage done.
Hunter's Fury, Viper's Pit. And we've seen a lot from the TPs, at least from Big Brother Boo. For now, though, it's this A-site push once again.
Much more direct. Fighting for the left side control. Wanting to take it towards Crashies, off rip, and that drone going out could be a problem, but the rotates are already through. All 5 members of Fnatic ready to take this fight together. The off forced back by the nade. That may delay the play just a moment, but Boaster catches Benji out of position. Riyadh falls and Woot, caught reloading, has no chance in that fight. Mini Boo already tagged heavy, and the spike down in the open. It's on Boo to cover him on the right.
Shadows traveling.
Leaving us even, but the danger of that op now traded out for the rifle. Kayak and Crashies, the 2 players putting up the numbers so far, but they'll have to fight back through a pit.
I like this, using the pit to remove any of the risk
30 seconds left.
of reclaiming that spike, but when he goes to plant, that's when you assume there'll be a move from the side of Fnatic. They're looking to take this from 2 different angles. Crashies at the back can get into this pit of fairly close range, get himself around the corner, and Kayak's just trying to bait for the time. The reveal is not going to give the game away, but he's found Boo anyway. That's the pit dissipating, and now they wait for the decay. This is the chance of Mini Boo to find them while they're low, but that HP is going back up, and he's not quick enough. The deadly duo of Kayak and Crashies has got them another round.
It's about all the depth that there needs to be. Great wall, great setup. Turret spotted 1 in mid. They'll come back to check that soon. They heard the rifle break it, and as they go in to check,
Okay.
actually avoid the op shot, take down Alphier, and now they can accelerate to this B site. Kayak will be in position in just a moment, though. And again, that little bit slower making their way in. And he's not going to let that wall deter him, but maybe he should have.
Well, one of their win conditions throughout this tournament, their main win condition, has been Woot online. It was mentioned on the desk. The opportunity for his double duelist hasn't been there yet, but maybe the KO will be enough. A good catch from Rians as well. Gives them a 2-player advantage. Fnatic, after already using a res in this round, might have to start to consider whether this is worth it. They're still fighting, feeling confident in these moments. A solid flash will force Alpha back. And another one will leave him completely blind. It's been a superb round from Woot individually. And the remaining 2 from Fnatic are forced into a save.
Headshot.
And at this stage of the game, you can't underestimate a play like that. The confidence starting to build on an individual like Woot. Sonic Chronicles only got 4 bullets left.
He's been their best player this tournament. He's been the best player in terms of ACS up until today. Kayak, though, has been a little bit better. He was moving through as he finds that kill onto Riens. He has been an unstoppable force.
Initiated.
Counter lockdown in play. Woot, oh, he tried to break it! He tapped twice, but Alpha only needed 1. That lockdown, making it all the way, and oh, it looked like Boo thought that perhaps that lockdown was down below, but it was up top. A misread as he's now being caught. 40 seconds on the clock. They still have the Viper wall, but they can't put it up.
Here.
And now getting the chance to. As the detain subsides, the wall goes up. Their final approach in this round
30 seconds left.
is now underway. There's a small gap there, though. Kayak waiting to get the opportunity.
They're going to need something to go their way, and it just isn't. Benji Fishy with 1, a second as well, but it's going to be left on to Boo. He's given them a chance.
B.
He still is unaware of Crashy's position, but he is going to be able to get that plant in. Dart sent through will reveal him. Crashies now knows exactly where his opponent is, but dealing with him is another thing altogether. He's going to stick this defuse at least to half. Boo may just have to swing this one. He needs to peek, and he gets it just about right. The clock in his head was bang on as Crashies tried to take it under his nose.
a blinding light of hope for this Heretics squad. 2 rounds left to play for. And there's a world where Heretics end this half with the lead. They've already got as many rounds on this map as they have in the series so far. But they need so much more.
Well, Chronicle is already going to deal with one, but Boo was still lurking. Dealt with as well. Fnatic just a second. It looks like this is going to be close. Chronicle activates, and while Miniboo has been spotted, revealed, noted by all parties, and is slowly being surrounded, one will go his way, but he is so desperately low. A second as well. This should not be possible and won't be. Kayak gives the lead back to Fnatic as they look to try and close out this half. But if they can come alive in this map, that's what matters most. Kayak has been phenomenal from start to finish, and he's their first point of contact. Boaster is almost just trying to sell the idea that there's nobody else here, and they believe it, they fall for it. Somehow he survived longer than expected, but Miniboo is trying to fight back, but it's the IGL this time. Boaster leading the charge of taking them through with an advantage. Woot will deal with him. But there are still 3 more players. 30 seconds, no Viper wall to cross, and even a res.
Yeah, I don't think that res is going to be coming through, but, well, now maybe. Alpha actually might be safe. The wall goes up. That's the res play. Chronicle's going to make it in. Crash is going to cover that cross. 12 seconds left. Plant has to be gone for. They've got to look for it. No, they're looking for the kills instead. They want to win this off the fights, and it's down to a 1v1. They know Chronicle's close. Only 4 seconds left. Woot has found him in the corner just in time. 6 and 6 at the halftime.
An international trophy. They are just 7 rounds away from doing so, and it could start with this pistol round. Woot, though, he has been activated over the last few rounds, but they've gone walking into Boaster. He's run out of bullets. Boo's alongside Woot to give them a hefty advantage here. They have struggled with the pistols in this series, but this might be the most crucial of the lot. That duo, though, still stands in their way.
One of them already showing some scars. They have to push into him. Kayak almost catches one on the cross. They know now that he's close. Benji deals with him. His eyes never left that corner. And whoops, a little bit of a miss from Boo, but that's all right. The whole crew is there to close it out. The first pistol round for Team Heretics locked in, and the climb back commences.
It's good to see him show up in this grand final. Now they've got Mitch's really favorite second round gamble over on the Fnatic side. A chance to do real damage, and well, you've just seen why. That's a lot of info. 2 players. No. Riens has caught a glimpse of his life flashing before his eyes. 2, make that 3. Looking to defend this site. The conversion here is so important, and realistically, excluding that outlaw, the weaponry is so weak, and so are some of the players. The danger should have dissipated, but Kayak is still alive. He shot both bullets, though. The trade's still going back and forth as it comes down to just Boo. He's been great thus far, but he's very far away. It's a chance for Althea to not only get the plant, but potentially even retrieve a weapon to play with. However, he doesn't know how close his opponent currently is. What is the last shot? Icebox has always been a hometown for Althea. 8-7. This is where the buy comes back up already, though. An operator in hand for this attacking side. Althea prepared, and Kayak watching for that aggression, watching for a player on the close angle of the AWP, but Woot, he's been a different gravy this map. 18 kills already, and he doesn't look like he's stopping.
Toxins going up.
The B-side hold needs to be strong from Benji, or just conceded. That spam a little.
So close.
A little close to taking him down. 9 HP left, but still drawing breath. Still keeping that mid control, that orange control. For Team Heretics with the turret online. Allowing more bodies to be committed to this side hold. And the tap is they're clearly expecting that utility, but Hunter's Fury doesn't come from the side. It's straight down the laneway. Free pick on the Chronicle.
But that's unfortunate. He wasn't even the man with the spike. Boaster tried to fake it, hoping someone would swing and take a risk, and that would be where Chronicle can break back. Instead, he gets slammed by a Hunter's Fury, and well, this is the added bonus of all of that utility. Without that duelist, they're able to delay for such a ridiculous amount of time. They're able to delay for such a long time that the opposing side seemingly have given up on this round. 12 seconds left. I'd be surprised if they're still trying to hightail into the A side. No, they're not. Fnatic, similarly to the first map.
Towards the other side of the map, they have to be so careful here with the AWP in play. Already seen here. Miniboo could pick them off. He swings in on the side. This is now dangerous because Jet is here, but the dash can't even be used. Kayak's already dealt with the TP out. He's actually made it right back to the site scot-free. A 3 versus 5 that they're now left in, and Heretics have got all the control. All the players here up top. An attempted fight by Boaster falls apart, and Heretics, they found their mice. They found their shots. And even though Alpha lands one, he's got a whole bunch of players to take down. Double digits for Heretics. They've beaten the buy-up of Fnatic.
Great work from them, finally starting to show themselves in this series. It took a long, long time, but they are on the server, they are fighting, they are brawling. Now Miniboo looking to hold on to that mid control, but there might be a closer swing than he would be expecting. Never mind! It's the rifle shown, but he's quick enough to catch Alpha's peak.
Deploying drone.
No lockdown anymore for Fnatic to defend their space after they've taken it, or even to get them into that A site. Late lurk coming through from Boaster. The turret will be watching it. There's no space for free. The orb taken, though, gives them the res. They could commit a lot on this attack side. Res Alpha, potentially commit that lockdown. And it could turn the tide of this A site push in their favor.
Look at Woot. Woot's already walking, though. They seem ready for this, but he's very likely to try something around a flash. Timing here is going to be everything. He's a second too late, and he could lose his life. He gets it bang on, and he might just find 3. There goes a smoke that's kind of made it awkward, but he hits the shots anyway! Woot has taken over the round!
30 seconds
His
left.
22nd kill of this map! And well, Boaster, there's nowhere left to go. Spike down, 20 seconds. Saving a gun is all he can really hope for, but he might just look to try and do some damage. The damage won't be felt. There's so many credits now for Heretics.
On the upside, I think Boaster's about to get his Viper's Pit online, so that's always a positive. On the downside, he's going to lose his weapon, and Team Heretics are going to continue that climb. But now they know it's here.
Here.
Doesn't look like they'll decide to go back in a different direction, using the Viper Orb to cross through mid, potentially splitting the B site, but they don't need to. They've just taken Miniboo down. Holding the gap in the smoke was Chronicle. And a nice shot by Boo, pulls it back.
Yeah, they're putting him under pressure. He's trying to fall back behind the screen. Benji is watching and waiting, and he will catch Alpha. Yeah, the advantage that Fnatic had is quickly diminished. And Chronicle atop the wall is trying to find an opponent, but Heretics are being far more patient than maybe their opponents expect. They're taking damage on the way in, and the spam onto the wall is an attempt to make things interesting. Woot already quickly on the scene, maybe expecting someone in the corner, but now spots Chronicle. He hasn't, however, seen Crashies. This snake in the grass, this sneaky corner, that one was easy. The rest will be tougher.
Hunter's Fury for the post plant. 33 as they go up the rope. Boaster falls and Chronicle does too, but that pick, it enables Crashies to use this ult to deny. And he almost catches Boo on the rope. Shock dart through. Boo barely avoids it, but time is ticking. He has to force Crashies into a fight. And he will, but he's not gonna win it. Crashies keeps Team Heretics away from map point. At 11-9, that's going to let the Hunter's, or not the Hunter's Fury, there's no Hunter's Fury. That's going to let the lockdown go in for Benji. That's pretty disastrous for Fnatic. What the hell?
Well, we'll see if it comes back to bite them. Flashbang gonna be thrown over his left. So many blind is perfect for Riyadh, but Boaster swings back in response. Woot still on the site though, has kept the advantage in Heretics' favor, and there's still 2 more players to deal with. Boot playing ahead of the curve. The first comes easy, but Alpha got 2 there. Woot must have been standing directly behind him. And now it comes down to the battle of the Killjoys. Benji
30
Fishy
seconds left.
has not had his best series, but this round is more important than maybe all of the rest combined.
The time is on Benji's side. He spotted him. Now they both got the info to play with, but Alpha still won't be able to find a spot to plant. He's looking for the pick, and he finds it! Fnatic on their feet, just 1 round behind! They've already pushed all the way through B main. Knife goes down, Miniboo's there, Riyadh as well, but the rotate after orb taken is going to take a long, long time. And he won't be close enough, nor will it be worth committing to try to get rid of that lockdown. Counter pits go into play.
This is everything. Both teams have 2 players that are currently stuck in the mud, and while Riyadh is going to try and act off of this, using that Hunter's Fury, he's done damage. They'd love to have one on the other side, but that was fat-fingered a couple of rounds ago. Into the pit they look to fight. Dealing with Boaster is the goal, but it's Kayak that already falls. Boaster hiding in the corner. Up top goes Woot, but he's actually going to win that. I thought he'd be dead to rights for sure, but they picked them all apart with ease. It is finally time to say that Heretics have a map point. Doubt Fnatic when it gets to these late rounds. But for Heretics, it now feels like they've deserved themselves a map. The first 2, they weren't even close, but they have found that little bit extra that they needed. And while Miniboo's gonna go for the first fight, and this one's a little bit shaky. Benji hasn't managed to capitalize, and that might come back to bite them.
Those weaker weapons survive a little bit longer. Flank up now from Woot. He throws a flash in as well just to draw the right, but they still have an alarm bot behind. As long as Alfier stays alive, they can focus forward. Look ahead at this push coming through. The res online, not easy to use here for Chronicle. He's gonna wait for someone to go down. Sheriff in hand for Boaster. Wrapping around in towards his orb. Reveal goes in, but most of the players are already dead and gone. It's only Boo tapping, but he's seen to not be on it. There's no way for him to get this done. And Chronicle, with a 3-piece, brings it down to just 1 round. He might have an early flank on them, but that turret's still up, and on the other side of that smoke is Alfier. I'm not sure if he saw him. I don't think so. But he's waiting patiently for this play to come through. There it is, the hat seen by both players. The turret destroyed. Woot activating onto Crashies, but dealt with after 1 with the res online. This is a big problem. They go pushing on B. Kayak's there to catch them. Fnatic now in a 5v3 thanks to the res, thanks to the lurk from Kayak. But they're still going into the A site, still walking into the heavy numbers of Heretics. No ultimates to fall back on though, but time on their side, 12 seconds, it's running out, and it's all Kayak, he's too far away, they've done it, Team Heretics, short of the most incredible clutch, have taken it across the line. Map number 3 is not where this grand final ends.
But this is going to be a very different look. Vice has not become a massively popular pick on Haven. I think we've still seen a lot of that. Cypher, Killjoy, those have been the popular picks. So 2 very different outlooks, but both desiring this map.
It seemed like fate had chosen a side after the first 2 maps, but now it seems to have swapped over to the other. Team Heretics already opening up with a double, and it's Woot to claim first blood here on Haven. A solid start, as Fnatic, no doubt, especially putting Alfier on that chamber. You're coming in and you're saying, okay, play comfort. You had some good rounds, the crowd was screaming your name, and this is an agent that could let him run away with the game. That's a shaky start. Crashies picking back 2 though. He's given them a chance, but he is boxed in.
He's also tagged, but it doesn't seem to matter. The low HP is only making him stronger.
I have the spike.
And after the double opener, he's going on a wraparound, but so is Minibu. Timing here will end up being everything. Boaster has got the right idea and he's won the fight. A 3 versus 5, now diminished to just Boo remaining. And he's soon going to realize at least where one of these players is, but he does not know where Crashy stands.
Spike planted.
And now they've got everything to work with. Garage control, long control. The only difference here, I suppose, no star down from Boaster. I don't know if one's regenerating as we speak, but there was one pulled back on B.
Going out.
Maybe they won't even need it. Boo's already tagged heavy. The tap comes in, there's a reveal to fire straight into that smoke. No need to fight, but Crashies is hungry. His taste for blood, not quite quenched.
But this is where things get interesting. A purchase, the first for Heretics. We know that their composition revolves around aggression, but for now it's more of a stalemate. And in fact, it's Kayak that's looking to take space.
Great economy management as well from Fnatic early on. They basically have a full buy already, and it stands to them in this early engagement. Your quasi-duelist. And the man himself tagged down to 16, but Kayak still draws breath. The A site taken as a result. The plant soon to come in. Like I said, Fnatic, you know, this is their bonus, if you want to call it that. But it still has so much hope and promise. There's a gate crash in, but for Minibu to take this, that flash will need to be perfect. I think it will just be faked, and then they'll go swinging on in. The bow in hand, it's giving info, but it's not needed. 16 health in that corner. He stays aggressive, and it works wonders for Fnatic. Look at the space. If Boaster didn't fill this in, if he didn't connect the dots, they would have ran into an ambush. And instead, everything is there for Fnatic to play with on this side of the map.
Yeah, he's even spotted the kill trip in the corner and then just pinged it. Didn't want to break it because that would give the game away. That would tell Heretics that he was here. Instead, he points it out to his teammates and goes looking for the fight. A huge advantage already picked up. And while Alfia's position, it's only going to get one, but well, it's more like one and a bit. Boo is on his last legs.
Great shot.
And they're going to need Woot to hit God mode to win this round.
Crashies has been nuts. He denied the drone on the way through. Woot, though, pops down the wall. That could get us to at least halfway on the defuse, but in goes the Hunter's Fury. A big difference now as Crashies is going to eliminate on in time! Boo left alive, and it doesn't matter, live or die. The round has gone to Heretics. They gambled incorrectly. That removes the gravitational well. It could have stopped the defuse. It could have bought them more time. Denied that wall from Woot having any impact. What? He's just shot through the smoke and taken down Kayak. An unbelievable early pick.
Sacrificed to Alfia in the walk up. There's a player in the corner the Chronicle has to be careful of. He's not checking, he's hearing the steps. The shield probably would have saved him anyway. And now the walk up from Boaster. With the spike, he doesn't have any support just yet. They're only just making their rotation in. Alfia in a good position to try and get something done. He's looking for the players with the Hunter's Fury, but it's too little, too late. Woot has already closed out this round, and even saving that operator. Well, he should have been dead already. I don't know how he's lived that long, but Heretics won't care. It's a flawless round.
The fact that Minibu is able to creep up, fire a shot through the smoke, and eliminate what has been the strongest individual for Fnatic so far, it holds so much value. The op shot not landing here, though. And look at Kayak. He's in another dimension, but he will be conceding that fight.
What they were hoping for the last round, that he would lead the charge, but was picked off already, though. Fnatic not looking like they're down and out just yet. 2 quick picks. The Dimensional Drift will be used on the other side. Boo, a little bit of redemption. They already know where 2 of these players are, trying to block the bullets, but it hasn't worked out. And bear in mind, Minibu is left on just 10 HP. An impossible clutch, and well, it won't become probable. Chronicle will make sure that lead is not going anywhere just yet. I think it was 5-2 down. They took a pause and came out with a pretty decent half.
Want to fight it?
Fnatic, though, they're trying to sell a ruse. They've pulled off an immediate dimensional drift, which gives them so much space. The cam, though, is going to be integral. And actually, Benji goes ahead, and so does Miniboo.
Kayak grabbing another, though. Yeah, this is now spiraled out of control.
Time to jump.
Heretics down by 1 just moments ago. They held the advantage, and now they're being picked apart. Now you see the value of that early pick by Miniboo. He deleted Kayak, and they had to fall back on other individuals. But when this man is still drawing breath, you're soon to run out of yours.
Is Woot's hero rifle has saved them more times than I'd care to admit.
Not only that, Miniboo on a Marshall we've seen before. Great timing, and Woot's gotten out. Activates his shield just in case those spams through the wall could catch him. It's just 1 bullet without that. It will soon be fading. The rest of the squad, not so well equipped for these battles. Alfier, he's gone right into Miniboo.
They both
hit. A shot from the Sheriff that takes him down easily and gives it off into their opponent's hands. Team Heretics, they're now favored in this round.
30 seconds
Yeah, Woot's
left.
already given his rifle over. Happy to play the sacrificial lamb, but they have heard those rotations over into the B site. It gives them space, as they will be able to get themselves into a post plant. And this is where Boaster, I think you could see, was reclaiming one of those orbs. A chance to have that post plant set up and buy themselves extra time.
Now Woot, as you said, he's going to be that sacrificial lamb. He knows he's got to go down first, get them around those initial corners. Riyadh and Boo, they've done what was needed to trade out those picks. Kayak's down, and it's all on Boaster. He's found his first. Here's the steps. Knows they're both there. Time on his side! Boaster! An unbelievable clutch! This one truly set them along the way. 7-2. A 5-round gap now between these squads. And Heretics putting a decent investment into this. Woot does well. That's ult online, but he can't quite use it from this position, or it'd only be a 1 and done at best. He'll get out though. And now that's a real. He won't! It's Kayak again! This guy's absurd! That's the round! 4v2! It crumbles to dust! Just like that!
Yeah, we mentioned the hero that Woot can be, but he has been nothing but a sidekick to the superstar that is Kayak. Anything you can do, he can do better. And for Benji and Boo,
Here.
it comes down to what can you even achieve in this round? You go for it, maybe you lose a weapon. You don't go for it, maybe you lose the match. Benji at least going to try and make things costly. Boo, of course, has nothing to lose. He now at least finds himself a Guardian, but he'll be able to buy in the next round anyway. And while caught with a smoke in hand, this is looking comfortable once again for the side of Fnatic.
If they're not in on the back foot like that, he's the one to put the right foot forward. 6 rounds in it, a full buy for Heretics. They have been crushed by Kayak in so many of these battles, and of course, even when a player hiding, it's the same again. Riyadh has to cancel the ult, because guess who's around that corner? It's Kayak! Once more, the death dealer from Fnatic, and Heretics in a worse position than the round before, but they're running out of rounds.
One enemy remains.
The main thing that I'm running out of is questions. At the beginning of the year, the question was, can he replace Durka? After that, it was, can he do it when it matters most? 18-4 in his rookie season. In a grand final, Woot is going to try. Woot is going to try and fight the menace, but instead, well, he eventually goes down. He took the decoy. The Steel Garden will take the guns away, though. Chronicle wary of the corners. You've beaten the beast, but can you take down the rest?
Nice angle by Boo. Oh, no! They already dropped one! He had the jump on them! He needed more from that position. The flank watch there, but Alpha gets dropped, and G! Oh, it's Boaster to fire right back after eating a full course of lead. He's left on 20 HP. It should be an easy conversion, and hell, Woot has been here for this team every step of the way. The last round of the half, a 1 versus 1. When you think back to this C site, to Boaster's clutch, he took down 3. The odds were against him then, but he needs to move fast. I think he was spotted, but that wall gives him an out.
Oh, it does. I think he's made the realization. Woot can run forward. And now, as the Cosmic Divide fades, Boaster sells a ruse, sells a thought, but Woot will not fall for it. He will keep them alive. Didn't allow them to play it. Feared Heretics on it. Now, they sit firmly in the driver's seat, and Heretics need to prove why this map, this attack side, has always been something to fear.
Sleep, brother.
Nice start. Alpha Air down. We know that the attack side can be strong, but if this pistol goes the other way, it will have to be something to behold. Heretics have lost control of their flank. Short at least still theirs, so Long and Heaven the dangers with that deep hold over defender spawn itself. They'll concede it for now. Assuming there'll be utility, assuming that most of the players are coming from elsewhere, and they're very correct. Boaster caught, Short secured, Heaven taken, as Crashy's corpse falls down below. It's only 2 left. Chronicle and Kayak, and they will be dealt with. A much needed pistol round. Yeah, it's working. Decoy goes through, flash in, I think, for Mini Boo, and he fails immediately. The B site wide open. And Chronicle taken down. I think that was through the smoke, maybe just as it bloomed. They caught a glimpse of Chronicle. With 10 seconds to plant, undeniable. The side of Fnatic, a 4 versus 5 retake. They've lost garage control. This whole left side of the map is now a danger zone. But from what we can see, Heretics don't have a ton of control. Once that trip is broken, the pressure is very much on Boo.
Yeah, he does have the backline being watched by Woot. They're trying to play this one together, but instead have opted to reposition back to the rest of the team. And that time is now ticking quite far for a squad that hasn't got anywhere near the site. Woot is already going to add another to the death toll with Mini Boo alongside. That is a clean bonus round coming out from Heretics. It needed to be a big boost coming into this second half, and that's exactly what they found. Fnatic are starting to realize, okay, we haven't seen anything in a while. They're re-aggressing with the drone. The Bucky in position, this could be everything. 30 seconds left on the clock, and they're only just looking to put the pressure on. The Bucky's still there, and Chronicles found another. It's looking like it could just fall apart here, but Boo's trying to save them. That's the spike down. And now re-enters all the remains. 20 seconds. And they know where he is. They know exactly where he is, but they're not fighting him. They're not looking towards him. They're going to the only site he can face off against, and they are waiting patiently for him to try and plant the spike. Fnatic are going to win themselves a thrifty, and a lot of that came down to Chronicle. Crashies has already been irritating, consistently working to try and remove that shield with shot darts already. It is going to be Boaster to be claimed. A chance to remove the smokes, and Woot's not missing that shot.
Contract complete.
They might think the site's slighter defended, but there's still 2 players here. There were just a second ago. Blink and you miss it. Woot and Boo have deleted the duo on that site and left 2 to potentially just go for the save. Chronicle and Alpha, one of which is an operator. Not something you're going to want to risk on a round like this. And indeed, it doesn't look like they're too keen to go swinging in.
I really like the pace change from Heretics. The last round is one where you run out of time. That's basically what it came down to. You had to gamble towards the end because you thought maybe there'd be more space or you could get an easy trade, and you walked into a Bucky. You got a nasty surprise and it went wrong. So they go back to basics. Quick push, use the ult, clear out the smoke and stuns and everything that comes with Bosa's utility, and then you execute in that direction. No complexity, no changes mid-round, no back and forth, just keep it simple, keep it basic.
Trap placement, rotate out a middle towards a main. They're going to challenge him. Has his TP. Fall right back to, and that's exactly what Alpha was looking for.
That just changes things a little. They maybe thought they'd have that space for free. Kayak, he knows who's coming on the other side. He's going to try and fall into the close corner. They've already put the paranoia through. He's waiting, but he's dealt with. And on the other side, it's again another ultimate that does damage. The Hunter's Fury puts them 2 players up. The pause, as of right now, seemingly not making a difference, as again, a more direct approach from the side of Heretics leaves Fnatic in a spot where they kind of have to save.
Well, especially with the AWP as well. If Alpha was maybe 1 orb closer, their breath stabilized, and now let's see if Heretics can stabilize those rounds. Again, they will be looking for this early fight on A long. Same old recon being destroyed. Alpha, though, he was suppressed. He couldn't get out of there. Couldn't click his fingers and bail out to the A site, back to the safety of his teammates.
Figure out where these players are actually going. He'll spot them, sending it towards C, and that means that the rest of the team can start to gamble on that direction. The problem that they have is that Boo's already here, and unfortunately for Bosta, he does not have the weapon to fight them on this cross.
That smoke grabbed well. It's allowed him to get a little bit closer, though. He's going to draw the eye, try to let Crashies follow up with the kill. It's a little bit messy, and Mini Boo's already wrapped around. Boo just bought time, trust in his teammates. And it's left into the hands of Kayak. If he wins this one, it will be another one to add to the books, but it's Mini Boo, the duelist on the other side, to take him out. The storyline that's there, we know how much this means to them.
Who's next?
Already. Dimensional Drift has been used. Hunter's Fury sent out almost for a little bit of information. He's going to have to leave the other dimension as the rest of the team look to head in towards what is a pretty nasty trap setup. They've timed it well, though. They go through together, weaponry removed, but that doesn't matter for Woot. Put a sheriff in his hand, and he will still knock you down. And in that belief has been an incredible second half. 8-1 thus far, and this pace is something that's been so difficult to deal with. Kayak is under pressure. They know where he is, and he's had to escape, but he's left Bosta behind. He's done well, at least. In fact, he'll take 2. The IGL leading by example in this round, and he might have just given a chance to Fnatic to level.
Oh, he definitely has! But Benji Fishy, he's made the big play, the double takedown, and the reset as he falls on back. Crashies has seen him. He knows he's got timing, but Benji might be able to slip right past that trip, and that's exactly what he's done. He's safe now from this play. A cam to fire through if they do go to smoke this off. But of course, who's going to be the one smoking it? There's no one left for Fnatic to deny that control, and Mini Boo has just mowed down 2. Crashies alone. The rising tide of Team Heretics is sweeping Fnatic away. And it looks like he's got no chance if they play their cards right. He's made that realization, and he will run for the hills, taking the big gun with him. But Team Heretics, 9-3 down. It's been anything but solid for the defense. Team Heretics, a squad who, again, 5 rounds across the first 2 maps. The amount of shots missed, I think, trumps shots hit at times. And they're on the cusp of victory. Alpha are at least good for the first, but he will be dropped. Woot as consistent as ever, and Fnatic just now leaving. It's up to Benji's timing. Almost pixel perfect, but Chronicle still catches him.
Three players sit with a chance to take us to map 3, but Fnatic are not going to give this up without a fight. Boaster watches his teammate fall. Kayak, the king of the first half, has fallen flat, but Boaster's still standing. That time, however, is ticking, and they still have Woot to deal with, the Cosmic Divide, but now Boo is all that remains of 1 versus 3. The time in his favor. He needs to get this kill, and he will do, and the second they let go, it is done! Heretics have come back all the way, and we will head to Ascent! They should have been sat there watching their key get crushed with tears in their eyes once again. But instead, they stand just 1 map away.
It's Fnatic on the defense, Heretics on the attack.
Time to jump.
And a quick maneuver towards this A side underway. The paranoia comes in just in time, and it's Boaster to follow up. Mini Boo down and out. But the space taken towards the site, the pressure on Alphayer, who stands alone, sits behind the boxes, and retreats just in time.
They've got the site, and Woot is feeling that confidence. You can see it in the movement, the way that he's playing. He wants to get in the faces of Fnatic and try and put them down early. The pistols have been important in this game. They've been the difference between comfort and having a tough fight back. There's a lot of low players currently in this server, and Fnatic look to swarm back in.
Tagged up on top. Both of those players so desperately low. A few shots needed now to close out this pistol for Team Heretics. But it's Boo who has to deliver all of these final shots. The time against Fnatic, and so is Boo! It's 2 to close out the pistol for Heretics.
A pistol victory, but normally we talk about the danger. The only real danger is this man. A chance to do some damage, but it's a fadeaway. And Kayak already gone.
Look how they slowed the round, waiting for that further aggression. We've seen the pistol go their way. We've seen a few rounds strung together, and a solid early half that Fnatic would steal back. For Heretics, they do not want that to happen again. This has to be clean. With Alphayer lurking, there's always danger. The numbers now even. And another found by Alphayer. One left in the headhunter, and every bullet finds its mark. A classic kill for Crashies, and it crumbles to ruin for Heretics.
He might have been the one player in this series so far that you could argue we haven't seen the best of. You go back to Toronto, and there were calls for this man to maybe even be MVP in defeat.
Enemy remaining.
But at least in the final today, we haven't seen it just yet. But if he saved it for the final map, I don't think anybody...
As far as stopping power goes by Boaster so far, for Heretics, this half screeching to a halt, and it may continue in the same fashion. An operator brought out by Alphayer. He's about to be challenged up close, the TP's out, they're ready for Crashies. Woot, that's the opener we needed, and the shot doesn't land for Alphayer. He's forced to retreat. The paranoia sends Kayak back.
The pause almost serves as bait. Now having that from the shadows means a likely TP to the back of site will be claimed as the ref go in. That was so quick. Even the teleport didn't allow it. It does get rid of the wall, but Alphayer now in an open position, but he whiffs. The last one, the harder of the two, and now Chronicle all that remains.
They wanted to play for that retake with the man advantage. The 4v4, not something they felt confident in. But now they've lost so much more value. The op on the floor. Alphayer, who has been carrying them through those 2 rounds that they won. out of play. Boaster, while he can try to TP past that wire, it's going to be heard. There's still a player in main. Boo, blinded, but still lands the kill. A save surely called with Kayak not wanting to risk that operator. You can already see him retreating.
Yeah, once again, their faith put into Loop. And he's there once more. Miniboo even selling his soul just to get rid of a wall.
So close to taking Benji Fishy out of the round, but their flank protection stays online.
Yeah, already you can see the gate crash going through at the top of the map. The same will be done on the other side. The paranoia could make things very awkward for Alpha here, but he's still alive, at least for now. The counter paranoia does allow for a trade, but Alpha was lost. Still, the players up top trying to get ahead of things. Woot was playing anti-flash. He's getting ready to swing, but they have seen him. Still, Riyadh has taken one, and Boo's combined for another. It was well played from Fnatic, but the response is just as good as the initial fight.
Two duos remain, and Heretics, they try to take it towards the tree, but Boaster catches Boo on the push. Riyadh's now stuck in the corner. He's being pressured from both sides, and he knows it. Time not ticking fast enough to put the pressure on Fnatic, and not a step to this series. It's a perfect storm of parity, at least beginning Ascent. Miniboo, he wants to kill. The flash used, he TP's outside of the smoke, but Chronicle is still going to claim that kill. Heretics now flooding through. Two have made it past the wall, three in fact with Boo. Their rifle in total. Boot is gone. Benji, good for the trade at least. But numbers all around these attackers. They have to find a way to break through this defense. If he TPs, he leaves the rest of these players in a very isolated spot, but the flash that gives the kill as Benji and Riyadh's fall. Boo is not far behind. They were caught, stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Spent everything into that round. They even used a Hunter's Fury in tandem with the Dimensional Drift. That round is costly for Heretics. But Fnatic, their ults are only just coming online.
Oh, Miniboo with a little bit of mechanical failure. I think he went to put down another gate crash, but a little unaware. The player stood just meters away. The A side is being pressured, and it's the op all alone. Without much help, he has to get out of there. Has to bail. Boot on 5 HP. Where does he go? Down below, he'll be spammed out, almost certainly. He wants to be a part of that aggressive play, but there's no one left to join. As Crashies fights his way back in cleanly. It's 5 on the board for Fnatic, and a big moneymaker round in the EWC for VALORANT.
Here.
For Heretics, it's not just about winning. It's about not losing again.
Oh dear.
Not in this fashion. Hunter's Fury, good mark. And the follow-up not quite there. Deep TP though. Kayak comes out of another dimension and he's in his opponent's spawn. With a gate crash to fall back towards that A site. But they're coming, hunting him down. 1-for-1 trade, but that keeps numbers in favor of Heretics.
Yeah, that's not bad. With Althea and Kayak gone from the round, aggression comes with a
Time to jump.
hefty risk for the side of Fnatic. They don't have the two players that can teleport out of there. Miniboo is still trying to sell the idea that this is a B site hit, but they are walking into, really, the 50-50 that they didn't want. The wall, the Thorns, a Pop Flash, Crashies, and Chronicle.
Yeah, that change-up of Ice utility, they're only now going to realize that it's here, but 30 seconds left. There is no time to go back. The TP from the shadows committed from Boaster.
Wall trip.
The wall trip sends 2 through. Boo caught on the other side. He can't help out his teammates, and they start to fall. 15 seconds, and Crashies is at it again. He found 2, and then it crumbles for Fnatic. When Boo makes it to the site, the winds of change come in at full speed. And more importantly, the thorn in their side from that previous map, Kayak, is waiting for this push.
Paranoia once again. They have loved this, and they're looking to try and wrap around. I like the idea. Paranoia from Boaster as well is connected. But this is all a bait. It's a ruse to try and set up Miniboo.
Down A.
He's at least traded out one, but they now need to get into that side. Chronicle underneath, looking to try and hold the line. He has got no support from this position, but sometimes that's where he does his best work. Boo, though, once again, clinging to life. Weaponry removed, and more importantly, look at where the last man is. He's nowhere near. Benji Fishy flees for the hills, and Fnatic have got their sixth. It's giving them space. That space could be their undoing.
Chronicle's been such a menace with the utility. This time he's only good for one, and Kayak's been spotted on this A side. Boaster dealt with up in heaven. Now Kayak's surrounded. He's even being spammed to death, 45 HP. Escapes with the smoke, but he's dropped straight through it. With the weaker weapons, Heretics didn't seem to stand much of a chance, but they still have the advantage after that pick back. Fighting back in with an operator, not ideal, and the shot won't land either. This is looking more and more like Heretics have found the round. Like they can close in the gap. The shot from Alphayer may change the course of this round entirely. One man left. Riyadh on 78 HP. He's in the open, but so is Crashies. A round for Heretics that seems so unlikely.
To get a fourth onto the board. Still though, they need more.
Carefully.
Nowhere to run!
Here we go. Hunter's Fury put through. Chronicle under pressure, surrounded now. The Dimensional Drift. Getting that boathouse control for Team Heretics. They're able to get a stranglehold over this site, but Kayak is quick to challenge them for this control. Oh, what a shot! Benji Fishy's gone! Deleted from this round! And it's Miniboo. A 4K needed. And the problem, the spike is down in the open, but he's got plenty of time to play with, and he'll try the reposition. But how far will he go? The marketplace surely expected. As time continues to tick, and the door will be closed for that exact reason.
Door closed. But is the round closed? Already, Boaster. They closed the door expecting that to be the end of it, but instead he's walked backwards into his opponent. Miniboo looking to breathe life back into Heretics. Kayak on the angle, but it's a missed shot. Uncharacteristic. A chance for a 1v3 and a 4K to boot, and he will get it done! A round that Miniboo steals from the hands of Fnatic. Benji millimeters away from spotting Alphayer, who's taken an aggressive stance once again. He's been having a brilliant map. But it's the B side that is the target.
There's the Hunter's Fury. It's always finding its mark. Low HP on Miniboo. He can't leave this corner. Chronicle had him held in. Kayak with a nice shot, and from the side, Chronicle swings in to help. 12 seconds left. Time is so desperately low, and the spike has made it to the site. Kayak now spotting that it's not being planted. He will just play the clock. Benji is trapped on the backside. Time ticking and running out as they all close in around him. 7-5 at the halftime. Fnatic leading. We could have seen Heretics leave this A site, but they're suspicious. They're standing their ground for now.
30 seconds left.
Back. Yeah, there's 25 seconds up and coming on the clock, and the spike is only just making its way into middle. They are gambling heavily. The rotations are going to come in, but Boo, he's only spotted the one. In the meantime, there's still two players sat within this B site, and they need to run. Boaster is still the furthest from making it in. If he doesn't get this kill, it's all but over, and the spike is going to hit the deck. It's an error immediately from Fnatic, and all that Benji has to do is sit within the site. This is not the time for a fumble.
Contact comes in. He's been seen. This is the moment. Flash pop, but the TP out right away. Benefit of this Agent for Alpha, but he steps back into the waiting crosshair of Woot. He didn't have the read on the player deep in wine. Paranoia lands, but there's no one there to follow it up from main. It gives Woot time and resetting. He'll eliminate Kayak and ignore any further fights.
15 seconds.
The advantage valuable enough. And again, the clock putting so much pressure on Fnatic. They are just taking too long in every round so far.
I think when you look at this double duelist composition, you are of that expectation that it's going to be constantly aggressive, that there'll be players facing. That's a nice couple of shots at least, but considering it's a bonus round, Heretics won't care. But my point being that...
Credits on the line. A reveal broken from further back as Kayak closes the distance, Stinger in hand.
Out of
Great for this kind of a fight. He's looking the wrong way, but Alpha's got his back. Boo in the corner, now trapped, surrounded, and dealt with immediately. Just the one found by him, leaving Woot and Miniboo a dangerous duel. And what if you underestimate that will dish out defeat? Miniboo is finding the first. That's tree control for Heretics as the time ticks away. They even used the flash just to confirm it, but that is them now out of utility for the actual retake.
Yeah, they were nervous that there was a second player. Didn't think that Chronicle would be left behind on his own. That time, though, has already been ticking for quite a while. Kayak is the first spot, but Woot takes his head clean off. But now it's left all onto Miniboo. The trade was effective. Alpha's been seen, but there's one more to deal with. TP's into the open. Bosa now is all that remains, and he has a decent idea, but Bosa holds on. They've needed him in impact rounds. There is still the paranoia available. Riyadh's looking like the point of contact.
Falls back after grabbing that info. Boo sitting inside wine. Paranoia won't even come close to hitting him. Miniboo under pressure though. Knocked down to 29. Riyadh steps forward, but has to be worried about main. Boo's not full clearing it. TP next to him! Smokes in hand, but Boo corrects in time. Pulls out the weapon and the pick. Fnatic have gone deep though. They're already wrapping around behind the spawn, moving up through heaven, but it's being watched. Miniboo turned to check it. He's TP'd out just in time as the pressure came through. The spike needs to be retrieved. 20 seconds sub, it's 15 on the clock. They need to move now as Boo is still inside main and they haven't cleared the site. Riyadh is tucked in a corner knowing that he just needs to play that time, run that clock down, and that should be the round done right here and now. Team Heretics back in the lead.
Blast their way through into the A site, but the defense is one of numbers. 3 players ready for this fight.
That's a huge pick by Woot. He goes in for more. He's hungry, wants to make this his round, but he gets out just about. The Hunter's Fury chasing them down. Fnatic already a man down. Riyadh with a Hunter's Fury of his own, but it's a fight from up top. He's here to help. They'll go through the smoke looking for the battle, but it's Riyadh taking the double. Alphier stands alone, and it's Team Heretics with 4 players. The spike and only 12 seconds to get that plant in. This one's done, and it's Miniboo to land the final shot. Fnatic down, but not out yet.
Your opponent is 11-3 in the lead. You still question if this team is dead. You still question if they'll be getting up to fight again. Woot has started to disrespect, and maybe that could be a problem. Miniboo, however, is going to take one and then just escape. But that will leave an operator for this squad to retrieve, and in fact, they are playing this very safe. Hunter's Fury utilized, and more importantly, that's the spike found. Miniboo sticks around a little longer, but Chronicle does at least deal with him.
Boaster's wrapping as he looks to get into this A site, maybe even tap the spike if he doesn't see contact, and from the shadows across.
Cover going out.
But I see Chronicle now joining him. Fortunately, the read is there for Heretics as well.
Cover going out.
The smoke didn't quite cover, so he's had to use another.
10 seconds left.
That's all the utility gone for him, but Chronicle still has a belt to play with. Could even wall off part of the map, but he doesn't want to give his position away. He spotted a gap, and that gap could be exploited. 2 players facing the wrong way. Chronicle, at the darkest of times, is the shining light for Fnatic. He has is a man you can rely on, even if everything goes wrong. Was putting up some numbers with it, but it's gone to Miniboo instead. Now that dimensional drift will be the start of this take into B.
Adapt or die!
It's not a lot to work with, knowing they've sent one player out of the site, but revealed up, he can't do much, has to just TP back. Riyadh's with a classic, managing to find one, but his rifle's now back online. Benji still desperately low from that initial fight. Flash pop from Vice, Crashy's good for one. That's a risky TP. Moster might have made a mistake as Miniboo chimes in for one. He's looking the right way, but he can't land the shot. 2 health on Kayak, 72 on Chronicle. Boo's been in much worse positions, but the stakes have rarely been this high. A 12th round for Team Heretics in this 1v2.
Shadows traveling.
Or a 10th for Fnatic, and it's Kayak with 2 health to land the shot. A needed one.
Ultimates will not play a part of this unless the Boo TP from the Shadows makes a difference. They're pressuring B, but this is all but a ruse. And I'll be honest, the one thing that's really impressed me with Heretics so far is they have really not fallen for these plays in the past.
Retrieving 30 seconds left.
And they're about to run into a judge. Wu is still waiting on the other side. This shot could be everything. 25 seconds left, and the same sort of issues for Fnatic arise again. That time is ticking away. They have got to run.
It's now or never. 12 seconds on the clock. 3 players on the B side. Heretics are ready and waiting with the From the Shadows giving back up, and they don't need it. Heretics, 12 rounds locked in, and a razor's edge separating triumph from tragedy. A reverse sweep, just 1 round away from completion. And Fnatic, they bounced back from worse. They've strung together more rounds, but now they've lost Chronicle. Woot, the man that they run into, has been reliable, and a paranoia slows them down. Miniboo in with another. The advantages keep stacking in favor of Team Heretics. 1 versus 5. Crashies has to do the impossible. And for Heretics, it's a simple solution. 30 seconds, 20 HP, and 1 last shot. Team Heretics, they have defeated their demons. They have crushed the curse. The key that solves all their troubles, a best of 5, 2-0 down. And now they shall be engraved alongside the greats. Your EWC 2025 victors for VALORANT.